All right, hello everyone. We're back with Cash to Capital. I got a new mic. It's working today. Wasn't working yesterday, so I hope you guys hear it. But today we got a market update talking about Google, defense sector, Nvidia, all things in the market. Everything's going crazy, and that's that.
Guys, I want you to listen closely, okay? I got a life-changing play for you right now. Today was a very pivotal day. A lot of things going on macroeconomics wise. Incredible defense play. And I'll talk to you more about it later. It was up big today, and a really well. I'm gonna wait. Just tune in, and man, wait. You just wait.
Yeah, 100%. Defense sector up a lot today. Donald Trump said there's gonna be a lot more funding for defense. Definitely curious to see where that goes. Start off, we're gonna talk about Google. So Google's parent company, Alphabet, is now the second most valuable company in the world. It now has a $3.9 trillion market cap. It just overtook Apple, which now has a $3.8 trillion market cap. So this is big. You know, we talk about Google all the time. We probably mention Google in like 90% of our videos. I hold it in my portfolio. You know, we talk about this all the time, but you know, Google's ran up for great reasons. You know, they proved they could be profitable, all parts through the tech stack. And I actually think Google is still a buy for 2026. If you have Google portfolio already, I think, you know, you wait for pullbacks, maybe buy in. And, you know, I don't think I have another year where it runs up 60%, but I still think it's a great company.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you, man, sometimes you got to be patient in the market. Google was a laggard through all the Mag 7s. They were all running up. Everybody had just, given up on Google and then all of a sudden Google just started to, all they're doing is just like, okay, we're not looking at our stock price. We're just gonna execute. We're gonna just keep doing what we've been doing. Building. We're gonna be big in data centers. People are on YouTube like crazy. They have. Google Gemini has been incredible. So they are just one of these companies that they have taken over. Like Apple used to shine. There used to be that Apple that was shining. Google is shining right now.
Yeah, 100%. You know, yeah, they were considered a laggard before of the Mag 7, and last year they had the best performance in the Mag 7. So I still think they're gonna outperform the market in 2026. So that's my thesis on that.
Okay. So, um, guys, pay attention, okay? Because there is life-changing money in this market right now. Okay. I want to, you sometimes in the market, there are times when there are macroeconomic events that can make stocks really do some incredible things. Okay. And this is one of those moments. All right. Since Trump has taken over or invaded Venezuela and taken Maduro into custody, there have been some stocks that have been moving, but none more than the defense stocks. Okay. L3 Harris, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon Technologies. But there's one stock in particular that I think will have 100% gain in 2026. Okay. I'm going to say that again. This stock, I believe, is going to have 100% gain. Okay. That stock is Kratos Defense. Okay. Ticker symbol KTOS. All right. Just want to read to you a little bit about Kratos. All right. So Kratos yesterday, or is today the 8th? Today. So this is today. All right. They got a massive Marine Corps drone contract. So Kratos makes defense drones for the military and for defense. So um, they just received a massive Marine Corps drone contract. Them and Northrop Grumman, who's another defense player. All right. The deal was a $231 million contract to develop loyal wingman drones. Okay, Kratos' XQ-58 Valkyrie will be used as the primary uncrewed platform integrated with Northrop Grumman's mission systems. This validates Kratos as a leader in affordable, high-performance, autonomous combat aircraft. Okay, like my son alluded to earlier, Trump has proposed a $1.5 trillion defense budget for next year, 2027. And there's been aggressive buy ratings on this stock. The stock is sitting at 104 now. We have a couple buy ratings, 150, another one 175. Jones Research initiated coverage with a buy rating 150. Okay, I think that's even modest. It could go to 200. It's at low 100s right now. I believe it's going to go to 200. 100% gain. They're also expanding into hypersonics in space. They have a Zeus hypersonic motor signaling a massive scaling of their hypersonic flight test business. They got satellite technology, successful completion of factory testing for the Epoch command and control system, with Airbus strengthening their foothold in the satellite communications market. This company's a monster, guys. All right. Kratos Defense. Okay. Mark my words. KTOS, ticker symbol KTOS, Kratos Defense. The price right now, so I don't make any lies. Okay, stock today up 13%. It's sitting at $104. All right. I give it 6 to 8 months to get to 200. Okay, that's how much I believe in this stock. All right. It's a high PE ratio, but the forward PE is a lot lower. They just had a double-digit earnings per share beat, and year over year, revenues is up 26%. All right. So guys, Kratos Defense. All right. I'm about to switch up my portfolio. Okay. I got a couple gains. I'm gonna cash those gains out, and I'm going into Kratos.
Yeah, 100%. I want to reiterate, this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, so do your own research before buying any company. But yeah, definitely very bullish on Kratos and definitely the defense sector in general with Trump in office right now. So definitely something to be looking out for.
Absolutely, guys. And as my son said, please buy stocks or look into stocks responsibly. I tell people the first thing you should do before you buy stocks is pay off your high interest credit cards. Okay. That's financial suicide. You hear me? All right. Before you go, I'm going to say it again. Before you go start buying stocks, go pay off your high interest credit cards. All right. You're not, I don't care how much money you make in the market. Those high interest credit cards will eat you up. You hear me? Okay. So pay those down and then get into the market. All right.
For sure. Yeah, definitely make sure you're investing responsibly. Only invest in with money you can afford to lose. Don't invest with your own money or anything like that.
There you go.
For sure.
Good advice, son.
All right, moving on to some more news. We got Nvidia. So I'll bring this up. I'll bring it up after. But Nvidia. So Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, announced Mayo, which is the first reasoning AI model for autonomous cars. So it's a little bit different from Tesla's robotaxi or Waymo. So pretty much those models are pretty much just black and white. But apparently, this model is supposed to have more reasoning when driving, be able to make rational decisions like a human would when coming up on more decisions that you have to make that be considered a complex decision. So
So
I'm
this
bringing it right here.
Ohio, what is that again?
It's an AI model for autonomous cars.
For autonomous cars. Okay.
Yeah, so this is it right here. So they just announced it at CES, which is Consumer Electronics Show. So they debuted Mayo. They partnered with Mercedes, and it's going to be in their Mercedes new car, the Benz CLA.
Okay.
Yeah, but Nvidia also has partnerships with Uber, some other companies, some other car companies, and this is actually open source code. Pretty much anybody can go in GitHub or whatever and actually tinker with it and look at it. So definitely be interesting to see, where autonomous cars go in the future.
Looking at the Motley Fool, they have a price target of $250 by the end of 2026. What do you think about that, son?
Yeah, I think Nvidia right now is definitely undervalued. Another pick for 2026. Yeah, I think, and they also have some good news today that China will be ordering more of the H200
That's
chips.
right. I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's great news for them. Yeah, I think Nvidia is definitely a great stock to buy. It's at a discount right now, if you ask me. So definitely a good pick for
Nvidia
this
is
year as
a
well.
stock, just like Jim Cramer said, it's a stock you own. You don't trade it. Just own it. Keep. If you just have Nvidia in your stock portfolio, I think you're doing good. Like you don't really need anything else, to be honest. Like everybody's like, oh, get this, get this, get this. Like guys, if you dollar cost average into Nvidia, I think you'll be okay.
Hmm.
So, and with the expansion, they weren't selling anything into China, so all that's going to be gravy. But
Yeah,
again, guys, keep your eyes open for these plays. A lot of macroeconomic stuff going on. Don't forget about Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is Morgan Stanley is applying for Bitcoin ETFs. A lot more institutional money is coming into the space. So don't forget about Bitcoin. It's kind of been, sort of consolidating. So, at least have 1 to 5% of your portfolio into some Bitcoin. Okay.
sure. Yeah, I think Bitcoin is at a good price now. Um, I think a lot of retail investors are starting buying back Bitcoin after, it sold off in October.
That's right. It's a fact.
All right. You got anything else? Or no?
No, sir. Big day in the market today, guys. Keep your eyes open. Friday is always at the end of the week, sort of sets the tone for next week. Stay on Trump's Twitter page. That's what it really is.
Yeah, yeah, you got to. So, with that said, yeah, but that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.
Take your vitamins, son.